Hi, Abhi ma'am. Good evening. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes. Welcome. Welcome. Good evening, ma'am. Shall I start? I'll be waiting just a few more moments before starting. Hello, ma'am. Okay, so shall I start? I think so. I should start. Okay, good evening to one and all present over here. Myself, Rohit Danga. I'm an alumni of Visamo Kids, and I would be starting my session with Yali Ho. Yes, Yali Ho. And today I will be my topic is about life lessons that I have learned at Visamo Kids, and today I will be sharing some of the great moments as a child, what you feel about Visamo Kids, and also I will be telling some of the things about like how was the life after Visamo and the way we used to look at those moments, and now when I feel that moments or whenever I remember these moments, I think like I learned something from that. So there are a lot of lessons. There are so many uh, things that I have learned from Visamo Kids. Today I can say that whatever I am or whatever I'm doing or the way I speak or the way I behave is all due to the core values that has been provided by Visamo, as well as the education which has been provided by my school, that is Eklavya School. Yes, and so thank you for joining me, and I will be starting my topic from the journey to the Visamo Kids. Okay, so when I was like in second standard, I was studying at a hostel at Dhangadra, and through a NGO that was working at Dhangadra, they had a contact with Visamo Kids. So through their connections, they had came to the hostel that where I used to live, and the examination was conducted, and I remember that around like 300 students were there who had given the exam of that IQ exam, and among them, I remember me and Mahavir, two of the students were selected from that uh, area, or that district. And within like after like 10 or 15 minutes, 15 days, sorry, me, my father and mother, we were called at Visamo Kids at Ahmedabad. So we took a jeep from the NGOs and we came here. I also remember when I was small that the interview was taken by Dr. Manjula Puja Shroff herself. Yes, she used to just interview each and every parent. I don't know what I had talked with her, but I just remember that I was sitting on a chair, and ma'am was having a conversation with my parents. She was just asking about the background and everything. Well, as a little boy, I just don't remember so much, but as I remember the way she was means taking an interview, and there were three or four more teachers. I don't remember the names. So, but they were just having a conversation, and yes, after that, I some tests were done, and I was selected. So my parents told me that you have to stay here and just study. I remember one thing that all students who were coming, they were like crying a lot, but I don't know why. But I just remember at that time I just didn't cry. I don't know why, but I just didn't cry because my parents told me that you need to stay here and it is better for your future. And as also I had been living in a hostel, and I thought it is a great hostel because the way the atmosphere was over there, there were so many toys and like rooms and so many things for small kids. So I just used to enjoy that surrounding. So I told okay, and I whenever my parents used to come, I don't remember any time when I used to cry or anything like that. Okay, and I would also be like to sharing some of the good habits or some of the ethics that has been inside me, because as a children, that some of the things that we used to do each and every day, means regularly, like I can say like cutting your nails. Like every Sunday the Guru Mata would come to you and just check your nails, because they knew, because if the nails were long, and the next day a complaint would come from the school and there will be a note and so many things. So it was better cutting the nails on Sunday evening, so that we don't get. So sorry for the interview. So that is the habit that that has been in me since then, though. So even now also, whenever I feel like my nails have become a bit longer, I just go and just cut my nails, because i I don't know why I don't like long nails now at all. You can say with the hair also, because at in a school I used to study, we means it was very strict about the hair. So you need to have a very tiny haircut. So, and initially as a kid you never like that, you also like that we need to break rules or anything, but I wouldn't dare in that in a clever school. So we used to just have a short haircut. I remember I used to have the shortest haircut among the all children, because I knew that my school was so strict about this about the haircut. So now whenever I go to barber shop, I also tell him by make my hair as short as possible. And he will say, really, like it is out of fashion? I think no, it is not out of fashion for me because I now like short haircut. It's been being for, or you can say that. Now the other things that Visamo has also taught is like washing your own clothes. I can say that after fifth standard, we used to start washing our own clothes. So whenever the incident would happen at the when I go to village and my sister is washing my clothes, and I'm standing over there and giving her instructions. Have you done this? Have you separated the clothes? You know that that shirt will have color coming out of it. So my other white shirt will be dirty. So I would be like that giving instructions to my sister about how to wash clothes, because I knew I had to take so much care about my clothes. The same used to happen at the school, because see, whenever you go to school, your uniform used to be tidy, neat and tidy, so you can not have a dirty uniform, because everybody has a clean iron shirt, so you also want that. Okay, so but you have to wash your own clothes, so whenever you sit anywhere or wherever, so like you are eating, you just take care that nothing falls on your shirt, because you know that at the end of the day you will be the one washing that clothes. So I just feel like it is like a habit that I have got into. Whenever I like to wash my own clothes, it may be with the dishes. I don't like my sister. Whenever I go at home, I wash my own dish, because I don't feel like giving my dish to anyone to wash. So the sister always tells me like, why are you doing this, or we'll wash it. I said, no, let me wash my own dish. You can do that to the each and every other person, but not me. And some of the other things that I really think that what I as a in Visamo Kids, like it was switching off the fan and light whenever the last one leaves the room. Now it was like 100 times you were means you were told that one thing, that whenever you leave the room you need to switch off the lights. Yes, and today also we have the same habit. Whenever I leave a room, I never leave that switch. I switch off the lights and fans. Okay, it is not about that the electricity bill, but initially you think as a child that it is the electricity bill that they are trying to save. But when you grow up, when you study, you think that conservation of electricity is not just a concept. You need to practice it in your real life, so that the coming generation will use the same electricity. So we need to conserve it. So it is a habit of it's become a habit. Same with goes with the water, because water also you need to means conserve it. I thought, because at hostel we were like 15 students, and usually at Sunday the scene would happen when everybody used to wash their clothes and the water would finish off, and then on Monday you had a line of all be waiting there in that taki, and they will be drawing a bucket of water, and from one bucket you need to bath. Okay, so we may would take care that on Sunday you will need to save water, so that that doesn't happen on that Monday. So I really like that. These are the small moments that just when we remember and we see that no, these are the things, these are the kind of thing that education and this an environment needs to give up children, because these are the incidents that through which I learned that no, conservation of electricity or water or food also. Yes, you can not forget the food, because whenever eating, like in a small, I'm just giving some moments of my childhood, so you get an idea as a, what I was at a as a kid, when what you feel while you are studying at Visamo Kid, or whenever you're eating your lunch, and Ammi ma'am is also eating in front row of you, and now you need to make sure that whenever you stand up, your dish is clean. It means a clean means it should be totally clean. Nothing should be in there, and this should be. We had like I used to just take, if I was too much hungry, then also I just took two rotis instead of three. I knew that wastage of food won't be tolerated at all. Yes, because ma'am would be scolding me, and somehow I will have to eat all that food. No matter my tummy is full, I will have to eat. So somehow I have grown with that habit, that taking means taking as much you want, not more than you want, so that you don't waste food. When now today I am like totally against wasting of food. I don't like wastage of food at all. And even at now also, when I'm staying at a PG, some other person or anybody else or a small kid is wasting food, I would just tell him that please do not waste food. Okay, it's not okay. Okay, and now I would also like to share some experience about my school when I was going to Eklavya school. The one thing that I really liked about my school was that the law of equality, means that you would never, means as a there I knew that there were the other students, they were coming from like rich families, and they were totally different. But in school I just never felt that difference between you and my friend, like me and my friend, like rich or poor, anything like that. Because everywhere you go, even if it's your sports day, or you have an euphoria or any event, all you have to wear is your school uniform. You cannot wear any fancy dress, you cannot have your fancy shoes or fancy bags, nothing fancy. So when I means as a child, it matters a lot for you. Not as a means when I'm grown up, I think I know it's all okay. But as a child's mind, it may impacts your mind a lot, a lot. And I know that, and Eklave has done that for me. And as a child, I was never means I never like feel separated from my friends or that. But after 12th, when I completed the 12th, and I was out of Visamo, then when I see my Instagram profiles and I see my friends, and I see that, oh, this is the difference. And that difference was too much wide. But I couldn't get that at the school as a child. And I'm really thankful for that, that Eklava has done that to me. And yes, Eklava was a school that has trained me as a like a professional. I can say that the way I'm speaking, my communication skills, and their uh, sorry for the interrupt. Now, I would like to tell you some of those crazy moments, or some of those childish moments that, we would always wait. Like one of the incident is that when we were small, we always used to have to eat the food of hostel, and at school or our friends, they always used to go to restaurants and everywhere. So at a point of time also, you also feel like that, no, we also want to eat like bahar ka khana humko bhi khana hai. So we have a feeling like that. And now that feeling, who can deal with that, was the one. We had only one wish, and our volunteer, and I remember his name is Raju Bhai. And the way we used to wait for him, once a month he used to come. And somehow through our contracts, like somehow someone would just hear a call of Ami ma'am, and just somehow they used to get the information that on 14th Rajubai is coming with like ras and puri. And the one thing really I like about him was that it was like unlimited. You can have as much as you want, and we used to have like a competition, like who will have more watkis of ras and like that. And we just really miss him every month. We used to wait for him, because at that time he was the only one volunteer for the food. And say I just, that's the reason I remember his name. Okay. And now I would like to so just share some of the achievements that I had during my school and while I was at Visamo. At Visamo we used to have a scholarship day. So I, from like fourth standard or fifth standard to until the 12th, I have achieved the scholarship for all consecutive years. Yes, I know it was an achievement, and I really feel proud of it. Yes, like I got that scholarship all the time. And I also got a child of the year while I was studying at Eclair school. And I have also played basketball games. And we used to like in Eclair school we used to have house competitions. And I also always made my team win in basketball. I made sure of that. Okay. And now I would finally some community support that I will be talking about. Because see, there are so many people, and there are so many that who are helping Visamo kids. I might not be knowing them, or I might be forgotten their name. But I just really want to thank you all with my heart. And I might be forgetting your name, but I just want to thank you all for helping Visamo kids in a way. And it is through your contribution that Visamo has made me a person like the way I'm here. And I feel proud of each and every one of you, whoever is helping Visamo, because directly or indirectly you have helped me in a way. And I would like to close my conversation, my session over here, and thank you all, each and everyone who was present in my online session. Thank you very much.